Hi guys, my name is Dove. I'm 32 and from South Wales in the UK, and I'm learning to fly. Ever since I was a kid, I was absolutely obsessed with planes. I think that obsession was triggered by watching a glider land in the wheat stubble near where we lived. I would have been about 3 at the time, and I think that then triggered just this barrage of flying dreams. I was totally obsessed with it. Couldn't get enough of planes, model aircraft, and yeah, it was my life as a young kid. But something happened as I grew older, probably late childhood, early adolescence. I had this false realization that for a kid like me, my dream was out of reach. It was unattainable. So I put it to bed. But I never lost my absolute love and enchantment with aviation and flight. I went on loads of adventures, probably just to sate that need. Yeah, I mean, I would happily kick a granny out of the window seat of a 747. Actually, my first proper flight was on a McDonnell Douglas DC-10, flying from Heathrow to Dhaka via Frankfurt. And there at Dhaka, me and my mum, we got on a turboprop and flew to Kathmandu. And that flight from Dhaka to Kathmandu was over the Himalayas, and it was just the most incredible. I can remember it now vividly. I think from that experience has just lived with me, and I've always felt this hankering that I have to achieve my dream. So then about 27 I would have been, I thought, well, okay, what's the realities of this? And I started looking into it a little bit, and that coincided with the start or the relaunch of the BA FPP program and the EasyJet MPL. So I applied to them. Doing that helped me learn all about the aviation industry in its current or then current form. I was unsuccessful, but I realised that I could have some involvement with flying. So I came down to my my local flying club here in Swansea, Cambrian Flying School, and yeah, I just started attending the theory lessons and started learning. That was incredible. And then at 29, I became a dad, and I realised that to be the father that I want to be, that says to my children, you can achieve your dreams. Whatever you want to do, it is possible if you commit to it. I had that realisation, and I thought, for me to deliver that message, then I have to go out and achieve my own dreams. So from that moment, 3 years ago, I have been throwing the kitchen sink at the challenge of becoming a commercial airline pilot, and it's been full of obstacles and high points and low points, but I'm now finally here, 7 hours into my PPL, and it is the most incredibly rewarding and fantastic experience I could have ever hoped for. It's far better than I imagined in my dreams, and I'm developing as a person faster than I did in school or at any point in my life. So yeah, I'm also incredibly honoured to be one of the Mentour Cadets. I'm so proud and chuffed. I can't wait to share my adventure with you. So I thought, actually, why don't I start with a fun bit, the aeroplane. This is a Piper Tomahawk. Piper built this plane in, well, between 1978 and 82. They only made 2,500 of them, and they made it as a direct competitor for the Cessna 150, which at the time was the most popular basic flight trainer. And before they built it, they surveyed 10,000 flying instructors and flight schools for their feedback on what they wanted out of a basic trainer. And the advice that they got was that they wanted something with increased visibility, and they delivered on that. It's got an incredible canopy. It's 360 vision. And they wanted a plane which had a little bit more width, a bit more room in the cabin, a little bit more leg room, and they delivered on that. It's far easier to get into this cockpit for a taller gent like myself than it is in the Cessna 150. They delivered a plane which handles a little bit more like a larger aircraft, which made it great for progression if you're going all the way down the commercial line. And it's also got fantastic features in the stall and the spin. But unfortunately, we're not allowed to do that anymore. Yeah, this plane has a far better safety record than the Cessna 150. Per flying hours, it's had much less accidents. And that's attributed to the fuel selector being front and central in the pilot's eye line. So if you had an engine cutout, you could flick the switches if you hadn't been paying attention. Very often that'll get you out of trouble. Yeah, I'll show you around outside. So this is it, the Tomahawk, or PA-38 to give us its proper name, from the outside. An iconic looking plane, I think. Beautiful low wing design. Actually, this wing contributes to its great features in the stall. It's a fantastic aerofoil, actually designed in the 50s by NASA. A famous aeronautical engineer from NASA designed it. Yeah, it's also got quite a vogue feature of planes of the 70s, and that is the high tail. And that contributes to one of the features that makes it handle a little bit like a larger aircraft, and that is that at low air speeds it has a slightly less responsive yoke. That's because the prop wash comes from the prop and flows all the way down the fuselage and actually underneath the control surface on the elevator. So the airspeed there is a little bit lower. So you need slightly exaggerated inputs. Yeah, it's fantastic. I can't wait to show you around and hopefully get some in-flight footage. Look forward to next time. Thanks very much for watching.